I like your tattoo.
Oh, thank you. That was for my mother.
Yeah?
Her nickname was Teddy, and after she died, I got that.
I'm so sorry to hear it. That is so nice.
Thank you. Welcome to Manchester. I don't even know where to start. I think...
And now, welcome to Manchester.
Welcome to Manchester. Somebody's just thrown a bottle. I think I'll start with the new album. If I understand it, you were recording it, and then Russia decides, no, this is our place, we're taking it. How did all of that impact your album and the band?
We began to do all our work on this album much more faster, because we understand that if not now, then never, because we don't have any chance to, to do like, we want to put this or this, so we have to do all very quick, and it works. And also it works because we were shout very loud about our situation, about the war, and a lot of bands, a lot of people heard us. They began to spread our album, spread news about Ukraine much more, and for us it was like, wow, we can help with our music to show the world, not only us, not only our culture Ukrainian, but also we can show to the whole world what the terrifying things are happening in our cities.
And that's what first attracted me to you guys, as I heard, I'm like, all-girl band from Ukraine? And they're still going? Oh my gosh, they're putting out an album? That's just like tenacity. And it really drew me into you. And then I heard the music, and I'm like, oh, this is me when I was in my late teens, and I was part of the emerging thrash metal scene. And I'm like, they get everything I've always loved musically. That thrash metal, that hardcore punk, that regular punk. You guys just mix it all in together, yet you're so much younger. How did that evolve for you? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
I know, because we have all a little bit different tastes in music, and Natalia is more in classic and jazz music, but also in ska, and Mariana like post-punk.
Thrash metal.
Also
influenced it from me.
Yeah, and I love black
The stories I could tell you.
Yeah, and I like black metal and punk, so we just take everything that we love from different kinds and genres of music and put it all together, and I think this mix sounds very good, and it can describe us. So sometimes we feel anger, sometimes we are very pissed off, but sometimes we also have a girly mood, and we like to be polite and gently. So it's all about us. We are.
You don't like to be polite and gentle then?
No, we're always gentle. Yeah.
Polite?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if someone does shit, we can say that you did not good.
Yeah.
And if this person keep doing what he does, so I can be not gentle. But before,
Up until a point. And I think that's a fair
I'm not
thing.
attacking anyone. So if first.
First.
Yeah.
We don't strike first, but if someone will have a mess with us, we will
Or
answer.
cross the line.
Yeah, we will answer, because our band is about truly emotions, and we always, when we want to cry, we cry. We cry in our songs. When we feel anger, we shout about it, and we wanna to tell our fans and to the whole world too that it's okay to cry for everyone, not only for girls. For men, it's also very, very, very normal thing. Yes. So it's just us. So we put us in our music.
Yeah. And due to the war, I understand two of you have emigrated, and I'm not sure which two. Okay, you two have emigrated. Yeah. Which one went to Australia? How were you finding it there?
It was not what was I expected. Actually, I thought that in Australia it's just two cities, Melbourne and Sydney.
Yeah.
But actually, it's like it's like a few different states. Yeah, and I live now in South Australia, in Adelaide, with a lot of beautiful wineries and breweries. But I was just twice for 1 year in a wineries. Yeah, why it was not what I expected, because actually I thought it will be warm there, but this year for some reason it was some technical issues with weather, and it was like pretty cold, and summer was like short, I mean, and yeah, so just I came after this winter and war to Australia, and in Australia started winter, and so all year was like winter for me. And it's not good. Yeah, but everything else is nice. I found the not a punk scene in Australia, but actually music and clubs and people who do music. It's in a very, very high level. So concerts and gigs, and how do they do festivals and other. It's a really good experience for me, just to see that it's actually works. That people can do it, because I think we have a good community of people in Ukraine, but we never have this high level of festivals.
And that's actually what I was just going to ask about. I will talk about you going to Spain then. But what was the scene like before the war in Kiev? Was it...
Question, please. The scene before war was very... we are like a big family. I always feel it like that, because we have a really big and great community in each town where we play in. We meet lots of good friends, people, and all right now all get together and try to help our army. Lots of our musicians are going to the front line with weapons, and we have some phones like Ukrainian Defense Musician Defense Ukraine.
Yeah.
Sorry. And they are collect funds for the our musicians who are on the war right now. So our scene is actually quite young. It's almost like 20 years. Our country, 15 years.
Yeah.
Our country is independent for 31 years, and our scene is also quite young. But we did a lot of on this time. We have a lot of great festivals.
DIY also, yeah.
DIY festivals. We have good labels. We have a good media that writing about underground scene. So we have it a lot, and right now it's also working, and even much more harder than before, because everyone needs, this safe place when you can come to the gigs, see your friends, hug them, and just spread all your anger and sadness that you have into a music, into a mosh pit. So, yeah.
So gigs are still happening despite the war going on right around you?
Yeah, we started tour with 2 gigs in Ukraine. We had one gig in Kiev in a pub, The Crown, which was just opened after the war started, and it's exactly in a place which actually a basement, so you can do gigs.
I feel a bit safer.
And it's this is the place where Mariana did all interviews, because they have a Wi-Fi connection. So all the time that we need to meet, and she's like, I went to the pub. So we at home, and Mariana like, I went to the pub. Okay, it's 1 p.m., but I went to the pub because it's shelter, and I can do an interview there.
In my house it was no electricity at all. So guys, buy a generator and I can do my job and my death-peel job, here.
And how are you finding it, still living there with the threat going on around you? I mean, I'd be terrified, but you look very positive and very happy, even though all of this absolute shit is going around right around you.
You know why? Because I'm at home. I'm at home and I don't wanna live in any other country. So I'm like to travel, but I wanna live at my home until it destroyed. I wanna live there.
It won't happen.
Positive.
It will not be destroyed. No.
No.
Okay.
But it's it's just luck, because our air defense. Thank you for air defense of Ukraine and Kiev. They really protect us hardly, and they do a great job. But sometimes when they hit some drones or rockets, the pieces of this they falling down. They may cause some
Yeah,
some
they
fires.
just pull on the like neighborhoods, on the roofs, and it starts fire and or damage cars and car parks and schools.
You never know. I'm alive and I feel lucky, and it's it's like light inside of me. So maybe that's why I'm smiling.
Well, if you don't smile, you probably would just crumble. I mean, you're resilient. You're strong. You're strong to keep going with this around you.
I went to psychotherapy because that helps me a lot, and I don't know how people are still living without it. So,
Understood. And you're in Spain, and you left, I think, because you have a child. So you wanted to be safe for them.
Yeah, I have a son. His name is Orest. He's 8 years old, and the first months we spent in Kiev, very near the Bucha. It was like 30 kilometers, and we were, just sitting and wondering, oh, if they come here, and it was very terrifying because lots of explosion, gunshots, and we were heard all this shit and sleeping in the bathrooms, and I saw how my son began to get thinner. He had these black circles under his eyes. He began to afraid of very loud sounds, and I decided that no, I don't want that my child going through this. He's very sensitive, like all children, and yeah, it was a very heartbreaking decision because I've never want to emigrate into another country. I've been a lot of everywhere, but every time when I come back to Kiev, I told to my mom and to everyone that this is the best place in the world, not only because I am burned there, but also because we have a lot of really freedom, and we can do a lot of silly things that impossible in Europe, really impossible. After living 1 year in Europe, I noticed a lot of issues that I don't want to have in my country. So I took my mom, and we moved to Barcelona because I have there some friends that helped me to stay there, because if you don't have there anyone and you don't know the language, it's impossible to live in Catalonia. Impossible. So it's 1 year already passed, 1.5 already, and my husband didn't see his son for 1.5 years. They see each other on Zoom calls, they play together on video games, but every time when I come to Kiev, because I do it like already 3 times, and I sat in the Orest room, I feel myself so sad because our apartment is empty. It don't have any of this love, of these emotions, and I really can imagine how hard it is for my husband.
Is he fighting?
Right now, no. He's fighting like donation, but he prepared, because everyone in Kiev and Ukraine right now who does not go into the front line, they are still preparing, because
You never know.
you never know. Even I prepared because I really want to go back in maybe a year or two and take a weapon and kill them all. And it's also very difficult because I never feel myself so angry. I never felt so much hate inside, and that I even not thinking that I could take a weapon and kill someone.
Yeah.
But now I know I have these enemies, and if I will not fight with them, they will find. They will.
They will come for you.
Yeah, and in Europe, a lot of leftists say like, just stop fighting, just stop shooting.
Just stop send weapon to Ukraine.
Yeah, just stop send weapon to Ukraine, and everything is going to end. No, if we stop fight, we will not exist anymore. If they stop fight, everything will be okay.
Exactly. And that's the hardest part, is as an outsider watching it and seeing what's happening. I mean, never thought in my lifetime we'd see this. How could this be happening? And if the West does not do something, you guys are fucked. And that can't happen. We can't let that happen. So even though I'm a lefty, I'm not one of those lefties, and kick them all for saying something like that.
I also think that it's not only about Ukrainians, because it's about whole democracy world. If they will win, and they won't, like we have South Korea that also could say like, we also can do like this. We have a China that also have some imperialistic shit in their head. So this is about the whole democracy world. We protect whole Europe right now, because if the Ukraine will fall, Poland will be next.
Yes.
And they understand it. They really understand it. Latvia, Lithuania will be next. German have, I think, some issues in their head. I understand, because they have, this.
Everything from World War II.
Yeah, but they supposed to understand that not helping us, they support terrorism. If you don't stand with Ukraine, you stand with terrorists.
I am just so glad that you ladies have been able to get out for this tour.
Because we are ladies.
Yeah, it works only like this. But actually,
Unfortunately, but
yeah, but actually it also was very hard, because we are in a different part of the world. So we did a lot of job to get together and to
And any rehearsals at all.
yeah, for 1 year not any rehearsals, but
Together.
yeah,
We
yeah,
rehearse separately.
we have a solo rehearsal, of course. But right now it's our mission to represent Ukraine, to spread the news, to spread our voices, to collect funds, to have this interview, and to tell the people to beg, to ask for help, because we need it. You saw what they did for 4 or 5 days ago in Nova Kakhovka?
Oh God, the dam.
Yeah, it's my like not there, but it's not far away from my home city, because my mom is still in Zaporizhia region, in Zaporizhia city, and she told me that water gone every day. And yeah, she sent me pictures, and I see that actually the beaches and like river doesn't look like it was like one month ago or normally. Yeah, sorry.
No.
Is she doing all right where she is?
Yeah, because she work in how it's like Ministry of Ecology, and she, because of her like status, she can't go abroad. And I also have a brother. He's 13 years old. So probably if he will go to Poland, she can like go with him, but she can't like finish her job now, and because of Ministry of Ecology, and now in like our region, Zaporizhia, is only one city, big city, which not occupied in this suburb. So everything now is on this ministry shoulders to fix all the damages which Russian done. So with water, with factories and other, and also father is in army. So my mom like told like, I will not go anywhere without him, and he like I can't go. So blah, 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 blah. So they stay in Zaporizhia. I don't know where exactly is my father. Probably not far away, but yeah, he told me 2-3 hours drive. To which direction, I don't know.
That's probably all he could say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all our friends who are on the war, they couldn't say us where they are, but we know that they're in a hot topics. Very important thing that I want to tell you about this ecocide that did Russia is that, first of all, they killed a lot of civilian people, they killed a lot of animals, they committed really one of the biggest ecocide in this century after the Chernobyl, everything going on the territory of Ukraine. But also I'm pissed off of United Nations, because on that day when they exploded the dam, United Nations published on their Instagram and social media that, oh, today is a Russian language day. I think that they're fucking useless, because it's the biggest ecocide in this century, and they do fucking nothing. All our people right now, all our friends in Kiev, they collect lots of money, food, things for helping animals. I saw lots of stuff.
Fresh water, yeah, at least the fresh water, because now it's like all cities covered with the water, but they still need a water to drink.
You can drink. Yeah.
It sounds like damp, but it is how it is. Yeah.
So I have a question. For what we have all these United Nation things, if they don't help at all, if they don't even try to stop it, for what are they doing?
They are dragging their feet quite a bit. They're not. I don't understand. I mean, at least I can say the UK has been out there right from the beginning saying, fuck you, Russia.
Yeah.
This is not happening in our watch.
Yes.
Feel it. We feel it at all.
We feel in UK so much support, much more than in some places in Europe.
Yeah.
And our first gig, it was, it was amazing, because a lot of people shout Slava Ukraini, and they were support, they donate, they know a lot about the things that happen in our country, much more than in Europe. When I speak someone in Spain, they know nothing, so I'm always like, okay, these things is going on these things. And here everyone is super supportive, and we're very thankful for your country, for everyone who support, who carry, who share the news. We feel it, and it gave us a hope that we can get together, all together, and fight with them. because they have a lot of people, they have a lot of money, they have a lot of weapons.
From where we don't know. Like they still have so much money, and I don't understand who still support them, because like we don't know what actually happened. No, like we know what's happening on the front line. It's like a lot of money now, but where they took that much money just to bomb civilians, then we had a gig, and it was like on the next day 50 rockets, on the
54.
next day 54, on the next day 30, and like it's millions of
millions.
money. So just for like for annoy people, and so it's
You finished?
Yep.
I also want to add that one of the biggest problem is that it's not only Putin fault, mostly of their people supporting this shit that and they, every time when some tragedy on Kiev or on our country, I read the commentaries, and they always comment like, yeah, they bombed our hospital, yes, and they were comment like, yeah, kill all their children, kill all the women, rape them, cut off their heads. So it's not only Putin's fault. Mostly of them support this war, and we don't have enough strength and even desire to looking for a good Russians, because we think that all good Russians are dead Russians. But still, I think that there is one person who helped Ukrainian army inside Russian Federation to explode all these factories right now. So only 1%. And I think for this 1% who trying to destroy this empire.
Yeah, because if like in our country or whatever other country, something happened, like your president start the war, like we will not just sit in like, oh, it's decision of our president. We don't know.
What can we do? We can do nothing.
The president office and like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And they're still afraid of doing something, and it's
They
weird.
still have the fear
of what? To
well,
go like prison or army and death, like fear of what? You're
Exactly.
already in a pit of shit. What you're afraid of?
But they've always had, even after the fall of the Soviet regime, they've still had the brainwashing, the propaganda.
We were in a Soviet regime.
Yeah,
too,
you
our
were in it,
country
but you
and
managed to
Georgia
get
and
out.
in a lot of other countries, but like it's not an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse, but
this head is like, oh, it's all a brainwashing. Just like open your eyes. You have an internet, and probably now they don't have it. Yeah, but like before, can you just like check news, like learn English language, critical mind, or just like eat this shit which you have from a TV, like. It's not an excuse. Like then you're like, yeah, but they're all brainwashed. Sorry, it's your fault if you're like a dumb person who can't like
think for yourself and open your eyes.
And they don't take a responsibility. It's much easy to not take a responsibility. Like I didn't know how to turn on washing machine, so I will walk in a dirty cloth. Like. Yeah. Okay, nice.
Very easy, yeah.
Very easy, yeah.
And also, we know a lot about freedom and what that we have this power to change the things, because in 2014, when our president tried to not listen us, when he was like, okay, we will go to Russia, we were angry because it wasn't our decision. So we get together. I remember it was like 1 million of people. We go to the Maidan. We told like, we don't give a fuck. You supposed to work on us. So it's our land. It's our.
We choose him. So
yeah, we choose you. You're supposed to do what we want, and we don't want to be a part of Russia. And we still not. So people getting together can do everything, but they are so fucking afraid. So they're like slaves, and we are not. We're Cossacks.
Yes. No, that is one thing I have just been so impressed with. The absolute strength of the Ukrainian people. There is just no words to describe what I see. And I'm only seeing what our news gives us and bits and pieces I can find. Just the strength of the people. And you ladies are definitely showing that. And I am so glad that you're over here. And, one more thing before I wrap up. I saw that you recorded a song in London yesterday.
Yeah. On a Beer Bite Host studio with Wayne.
He's very nice.
Yeah,
Thank
so-
you, Wayne.
So our band, our label, New Heavy Sound, organized this recording session for us. So just no, like this.
Okay, like this.
Like this.
Yeah,
It's a heart.
yeah,
Yes.
we love our label. They are the best.
Yeah, so they organized this for us, and then it was like the day of recording. We came to the recording studio and just like, and what we will record now? What is the plan? Who knows the plan? And anyone just like, yeah, let's just do something. So we recorded one song. It will be just a live record song.
But it will be very powerful.
Yeah. So just that. Hopefully, other songs we have a few in the future, so we'll just recording them separately, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, and also we were recording the vocal for 2 Russian language songs that we have, because on that moment when we released the album it was impossible to do, and we had a lot of conversation about it, like we don't want to have it, but right now we need to release it, and then we will figure out. And of course we have some troubles in Ukraine about it, because it was like, oh, girls, you have a Russian language song, what the fuck? But it's a little bit hard, because all our statement, all our job work that we do for our country, it shows that we are support. And of course, when we have these options that we can re-record it, we did it.
Yeah, because now album is like previous press is mostly sold out, so we just
The new release will have the re-recorded version.
We had a 500 items, and it's like mostly is sold out now. So label asked us to that they want to do a repress, and we're like, can we do a repress of the album, but with English in songs?
I was going to ask, is it Ukrainian or English?
Yeah. So we redo it in English. So all album now will be in English. The next press, and probably, and so this is one more thing why, like, Russians try to to play with that we like shame Russian language. We all spoke in Russian language. We had song in Russian language, and they tried to play with the fact that Ukrainians are Nazi, and they like.
That used to make me so angry when I started hearing that. I was like,
you're
no.
just like, really, we all, like, our parents still, they try to speak Ukrainian, but it's hard for them. So then you're after 50 and you already spent half of your life in the Soviet Union. After that, no one like push you to change language, because you had how it called
Bilinguals.
Yeah, so they speak both languages, and now it's hard, but they try to change it. Yeah, so this is just like fun fact about Russia, that they're, as usual, lied.
As usual, lie, steal our culture, steal our songs, steal our children, everything. Yes.
Oh, I think we could go on for hours talking about some of the stuff that has been going on, but you have a gig to play in about an hour. So I'm going to let you go and get ready for that. Thank you, all 3 of you, so much. Thank you.
So
Thank you for
small
traveling
circle
down here.
pee.
And I hope that you guys get to come back soon. And may your families all be safe. And Takuyu? Is that how you say it?
Yes, correct.
Yay, I got it spelled or pronounced right. Yay.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for your attention.